Welcome back to our channel. Today is Wednesday, an absolutely beautiful day to dive into the absolute madness that is Port Charles. Grab a coffee, sit back, and let's get right into the drama. Let's start with Carly, because honestly, I am so done with her scheming right now. Carly's plot to manipulate her own son went so spectacularly wrong that I am still laughing. So Carly is absolutely frantic about Jocelyn being in the WSB, which, okay, fair, the WSB is unhinged, and Ross Cullum was a literal nightmare. But Carly thinks she can just pull Michael Corinthos into her web and use him to talk Jocelyn out of her spy career. Carly hints to Michael about Jocelyn's big surprise, and Michael is completely blindsided. He faces this disturbing shocker that his little sister is out here carrying a badge and shooting people. Michael's face was literally a picture. He was so confused and anxious, which is insane, by the way, considering his own life is a total mess right now, with Jacinda and the Deception corporate takeover. But Carly is standing there, fully expecting Michael to tag team Jocelyn with her and force her to quit. And what does Michael do? He actually supports Jocelyn. I'm screaming. Michael voices his concerns, sure, because he's a protective big brother, but then he literally tells Carly that he supports Jocelyn's right to decide her own future. Carly's face dropped. My jaw dropped. At this point, I'm yelling at my screen like, "Yes, Michael, put her in her place." Carly's entire scheme just imploded right in front of her salad. If she was hoping Michael would be her heavy hitter, she thought wrong. Jocelyn is staying in the WSB, she made that deal with Z, and Carly just needs to get it together, I swear. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever, anyway. Oh wait, before that happened, actually, let's talk about Brooklyn and Chase, because I am literally hyperventilating over their hypocrisy. Alexis Davis shows up to meet with Brooklyn Quartermain and Harrison Chase, and she is holding the adoption papers for baby Phoebe. Alexis looks at them and says, "So, the only decision you have to make is whether or not it's you." Chase and Brooklyn are so determined to be Phoebe's parents, and they just seal the deal and celebrate. Which is iconic for them, I guess, but I am sitting here screaming because Brooklyn is literally a criminal. How are you going to adopt a baby when you are actively framing Willow Kane for a felony hit and run? The audacity. Not okay. I'm done. I forgot to mention earlier, but Brooklyn was the one driving the car that ran Jordan and Curtis off Route 91, and she used Brick to Dr. Willow's GPS to make Willow look guilty. And now she's just smiling and celebrating a baby adoption with Chase, who is a literal cop. If Chase finds out, and don't even get me started on that, their entire marriage is going to explode into a million pieces. Speaking of Willow, I can't breathe. Willow is in so much trouble right now, and she doesn't even know the half of it. She is sitting down with Liesl Obrecht and Nina Reeves, and she drops a massive suggestion. Willow actually says, "It would be in the best interest of the PCPD to reopen the investigation." I am dead. Willow is actually pushing to reopen the investigation into Jordan's crash because she knows she is innocent. She is refusing to answer Joe Fitzpatrick's questions without a lawyer, and now she wants the cops to dig deep. If they reopen this, they are going to find Brooklyn's fingerprints all over that Dr. Willow is honestly going through it. She is divorcing Drew Kane, who is literally a menace right now, and threatening her in the dark. She's fighting Michael for custody, and now she has to deal with this fake hit-and-run charge. But seeing her stand up and demand the investigation be reopened? Iconic. Seriously, Willow needs a win, and I am actually rooting for her to take Brooklyn down. Okay, where was I? Right, so let's jump over to Trina Robinson, because my girl is so stressed, and I am personally offended by how much pressure Trina is at the Metro Court, and she sits down with Ava Jerome. Trina just found out that Simon, that sleazy music producer, wants to market her and Giovanni Palmieri as a couple for their recording deal. A fake showmance. I literally cannot even deal right now. Trina just got over all her family trauma. She is trying to distance herself from Curtis and Portia's mess, and now her music career is turning into a PR nightmare. Trina is telling Ava that she might need to back out of the whole arrangement because she is so uncomfortable with the fake dating angle. And don't even get me started on that. Ava Jerome giving advice is my favorite genre of television. Ava sips her drink and tells Trina not to let this incredible offer scare her away. Ava is basically like, "Secure the bag, Trina." Ava knows how to play the game, and she is pushing Trina to use this opportunity to her advantage instead of running away from it. Honestly, Ava is an icon, and Trina needs to listen to her. But Trina's stress isn't just about the music showcase. She's also freaking out about her dad, Curtis Ashford. Curtis's criminal trial is officially starting today, and the tension is actually insane. Portia Robinson is trying so hard to promote peace and keep everyone calm, but Curtis is being so stubborn. Curtis is super wary, and honestly, who can blame him? He is facing a massive prison sentence because he rejected a 2-year plea deal just so Isaiah Gannon wouldn't take his place as Desmond's father figure. Curtis is approaching things with a massive dose of skepticism when it comes to getting along with Isaiah. Why would he do that? Why would Curtis risk going to Pentonville for years, just out of pride? I was yelling at my screen. He needs to get it together for Trina and Desmond. Isaiah is literally taking the witness stand, and Martin Gray is going to try to provoke him into an explosive reaction to prove undue provocation. The courtroom drama is so dramatic. I am literally sweating thinking about how this trial is going to play out. Isaiah wants to nail Curtis to the wall because Curtis ruined his surgical career by smashing his head. The stakes have literally never been higher. Portia is caught right in the middle of the father of her newborn baby and her current boyfriend. It's a complete disaster, and I am here for every single second. I'm calling it now. This trial is going to blow up the entire Ashford family. Trina is already pulling away from them, and if Curtis goes to prison, it's going to be the final straw. I actually feel so bad for Trina. She just wants to sing with Gio and live her life, and she is surrounded by criminals and mobsters and sleazy producers. Let's circle back to Carly for a second, because my mind keeps going back to her failed plot. I just can't get over how Michael shut her down. Michael has been acting like such a ruthless corporate raider lately at Deception, but when it comes to Jocelyn, he actually showed some genuine sibling support. Carly is losing control of her kids, and she hates it. Jocelyn is a WSB agent, Michael is doing his own thing, and Carly is just left spinning her wheels. She thought she could manipulate the situation, but the impossible choices are finally catching up. And with Valentine and the whole Jack Brennan black box situation looming over her head, Carly is in way over her depth. I was like, are you serious when Alexis handed over those adoption papers? Because honestly, Ethan Lovett faked that DNA test. Phoebe isn't even his, and now Brooklyn and Chase are adopting her while Hudson is out there lurking. The layers to this drama are actually insane. I literally can't sleep because I'm thinking about how all these secrets are going to collide. And Willow? Oh my god, Willow asking Liesl and Nina to reopen the investigation. Nina must be panicking too because she literally pushed Drew into a lake. Everyone in this town is hiding a massive crime. It's wild. It's unhinged. I am so emotionally invested in these people, like they are my actual real-life friends. Anyway, I have to go process all of this because my brain is fried. The audacity of Brooklyn. The stubbornness of Curtis. The absolute icon behavior of Ava Jerome. Port Charles is literally the most insane place on earth. Will Carly ever accept Jocelyn's dangerous WSB life? And who will finally expose Brooklyn's hit-and-run secret? Drop your wildest theories in the comments and subscribe for more.